Hi, I'm Kitamura, and today we're gonna make ramen. Let's go over the ingredients first. So I have some nice ribeye. It's very beautifully marbled. You don't have to use ribeye, you could use a nice skirt steak, but I have nice ribeye today, so I thought, why not? Then we have leeks, which are also called Tokyo negi. I really like slicing this and sprinkling it over the ramen. So I have some dry ramen, Japanese style. It does have a really nice umami rich taste, which I want. And then I have one spicy one, just in case you don't like too spicy, you can kind of mix it with these and make it a little less spicy. So that's what we'll be doing today, and that one is kimchi based. Today I'm using pink salt. Pink salt is a bit healthier than regular table salt. It has more minerals than your average Morton's table salt. So I use a little sea salt, and I love the flavor of pink sea salt. I feel like it's pretty mild, it's not overly salty. And then you wanna pepper the steak really, really well, because black pepper and steak go just really nicely together. And you want to let your steak sit at room temperature before you cook it. So let it sit in room temperature about half an hour. Cutting the leeks. So the Tokyo negi you want to cut pretty thin. A lot of Japanese cooking, when you cut green onion, it's super thin. So the way I do it, if I'm only cutting like one piece, is that I'll cut it into little pieces, stack them up so I have a little bit more to grip. Grip the vegetables with like a claw, and with the knife, let your fingers and the knife guide it. So we have the leeks cut. We'll just kind of set them aside and it'll be kind of a garnish. I love the movie Parasite, so a little bit about my inspiration for this dish. I'm Korean American. I love the movie Parasite and I love cooking. So when I saw this scene from the movie, when they started making ramen, I was like, what in the heck dish is that? I really need to make it. Like, it looks delicious. I love beef. Ugh, I need to make it. I found a few different recipes online, and so, you know, it's really hard to find the exact ingredients. So this is my version of Parasite's ramen. So I've been preheating the oven at 450, which we will finish the steaks in. And I've been warming up the saute pan on the stove on high heat. I've got some olive oil in there. You can also use avocado oil, which has a higher burn temperature, so that is actually better for frying. So you want the pan to be super hot, like to the point where the oil almost starts to smoke. It's really, really important because you want to get a nice thick crust on the steak, which will taste delicious. I think it's hot enough, so let's put the steaks on. Slightly forming. I would say about 3 minutes per side. 2 to 3 minutes, depending on, I guess, how big your flame is or how hot your stove gets. So we're getting a nice crust on the steak. Using a saute pan that you can go in the oven is super beneficial when you're making steak because you don't have to transfer it to another pan. And so that's a pretty great crust there. We're just gonna replicate that on the other side. So we're gonna pop these in the oven. And we're gonna set the timer for 7 minutes. About anywhere between 5 and 10 minutes for a nice medium rare. But then again, you can always check by poking it. If it's still a little bit soft, chances are you're gonna have a medium rare steak. And then make sure that you take it out, like I said, before it's done cooking because it will continue to cook as it rests. Okay, so the water's boiling. When you boil water for pasta, I always add a little bit of salt. A, it helps the water boil a little bit faster, and B, it just brings out the flavor of the pasta. So I am going to use all of these noodles. And I'm just put them all in at once because the seasoning is just gonna get mixed up anyways. Kimchi. I've never had these noodles before. I hope they're good. They look good. So I'm an al dente person. I don't like overdone noodles at all. So I'm just gonna quickly flash cook these just to the point where they're soft and not overcook them. When you're doing noodles, having tongs is nice because, especially as I'm looking at these noodles, they're two different types of noodles, so I feel like these might cook a little faster than these. So I'd say the noodles are almost cooked. They're just softened. Like I said, I don't like to overcook my noodles. Usually I would take another sink, but I want to save some of this water, so I'm going to just scoop them into the strainer. So I saved some of the water. I'm gonna but I dumped out part of it. Oh, you know what? Maybe I'll dump out a little bit more. And I'm gonna start putting the seasoning in it. Oh, steak time. Look at that. I put in the whole packet of one of the soups, both of the garnishes from both the soups in here, and the whole packet from here, but I left out this seasoning packet from one of the soups because you don't want to make it too salty because you're not putting all of the water. So there you have it. So I put the noodles back in the pan that I made the steak in. I put the steak on the cutting board to rest, and I'm just going to reduce all the liquid from the noodles. So while the noodles are reducing, I'm going to cut the steak. Ooh, beautiful. You want to cut the steak into nice bite-sized pieces. And I like to trim the fat. And then we'll add the cube steak to them. So we've got the round done, reduced. We've got the beef in. Time to plate. And a little topping. Molly's Rondon.